Well, the education bill that passed the Iowa House, I think, is falling short of a great many of the community's expectations. I'm receiving a lot of letters and resolutions from various school boards that are requesting a 4% allowable growth. The bill that we passed, I think, is very much under what the governor proposed. Shortchanges Iowa schools, does nothing really to implement better education for children, but does limit Iowa school growth and does limit the ability to improve our schools. So I'm very critical of the bill that finally passed the Iowa House, and in hopes that the Iowa Senate will send back a bill, and then we'll end up in conference committee where we can get to something that maybe is real reform for Iowa schools and Iowa educators and Iowa children and Iowa parents. The task force originally proposed $40,000. The governor then, in his proposal, reduced the starting pay recommendation to $35,000. The Iowa House then reduced that down to $32,000. We find that Iowa currently ranks 45th in the nation for starting teacher salaries. I fear that this might send it even further down. I've been very much on board with the CWD problem in Davis County and the preserve. There was a Senate File 59 that did not make it out of Senate committee. Senate subcommittee. I've introduced a companion bill, House File 177, that has been assigned to a 5-member subcommittee. However, that subcommittee has not been scheduled at this point, so we need to find out if that's going to be scheduled. If not, we need to put some pressure on the chair of the Natural Resources Committee in the Iowa House. We need to bring that bill out and have a good discussion on what should be done with CWD and its ramifications for the whole state of Iowa and the wild herd. Well, I think we all recognize that if you buy one car, you have a very small negotiating power with the dealer. But if you buy 50 or 100 cars, then you have very much more of a negotiating position. This bill would be patterned after what Minnesota has done, and they've allowed schools and private schools, all public entities and private schools, to opt into a school bus purchasing program that would allow the state to issue a bid on, say, 300 or 400 vehicles at a time. In Minnesota it'd be much more than that, but in Iowa it'd probably be 300 to 500 vehicles. If we can get a bid on 300 to 500 vehicles, certainly we're going to get a cheaper price than if we bid on each school district's 1 or 2 or 3 at the maximum. Funnel week is coming up. People are scrambling, trying to get bills introduced and out of committee. That's going to be taking a lot of our time. Commercial property tax, of course, is still being talked about. We need to continue to work on that, and that's a very tough thing to work on. We're seeing commercial or property taxes as a burden on Iowa businesses, but we're also talking about Iowa income tax, and we're reading in the media that in many cases Iowa businesses have been given tax credits, and their research and development exceeds their tax credits, so they're actually getting money back from the state of Iowa. In effect, paying zero income tax and plus getting a refund. Those are issues that are being looked at all over the state.